Mickey Bars is an expendable. Every time he gets killed, a new version of him is printed out with his memories uploaded. But after Mickey 17 is falsely reported as being killed, Mickey 18 gets printed, leading to a multiple situation, which is very illegal. Film fans YouTube, hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Josh, Movie Apprentice, and today I am looking at Mickey 17, directed by Bong Joon-Ho, starring Robert Patinson, Naomi, Ackie, Mark Ruffalo, Yeun, Toni, Collette. This is the first film that Bong Joon-Ho has done since that big win from Parasite a few years ago. At least his first big budget one anyway. And this feels like it has been delayed for the longest time. And I will say this, it was worth the wait. Whilst it is nowhere near as good as Parasite was, this was a very fun movie to watch. And I will say that Bong Joon-Ho won the Oscar, got given a huge budget to make a Western movie, and decided to give a lot of these out. That is the best way I can summarize this movie. The social and political commentaries are very much unsubtle in how they are presented. There are some characters in this that, let's just say, a familiar mustache individual would be commonly referenced in this. Now, I'm not sure if that was present in the book. This is based on the book as well. There was definitely a lot of jibes being thrown in this one, in the form of Mark Ruffalo's character. And that's where I want to start. As much as I want to go into Robert Patinson and Naomi Akkie's performances, Mark Ruffalo, I am loving his new era of just being these egotistical characters. Think of his character in Poor Things and then up that by 11, because his character in this as the governor that runs this expedition ship to colonize an ice planet after failing miserably politically on Earth is such a fun performance, and his dynamic with Toni Collette in this as his wife is absolutely incredible. I loved how they bounced off each other and they were both as unhinged as each other. There is a lot that goes on when it turns into themes of colonization, about fanaticism, about the meaning of human life, what it means to die. There are so many themes that this film dives into. But you want to hear about Robert Pattinson in this, because Robert Pattinson, I feel there's going to be people that disregarded Robert Pattinson after Twilight, only watched him in The Batman, was very impressed by him, and they're going to go into this wondering what the hell, but this is the kind of stuff that Robert Pattinson has been doing. He delivers a best lead and best supporting role all in one, because it's not just like he's the exact same Mickey every time he comes out. Every Mickey that comes out has a slightly different personality, and it adds so much to it, especially seeing the latter Mickey really go in on just how much of a pushover Mickey 17 is. Mickey 18 is very sociopathic as a character and is not afraid to go after what he wants, whereas Mickey 17 is just your average working man. It's literally the collaboration between the workers that just appreciate the graft and just really want the jobs. They don't stand up for themselves. And then you have this revolutionary mind in Mickey as well. And their relationship with Naomi Akkie's character in this is really good, really entertaining. I loved her character in this. She added such a fun dynamic to this. And probably my favorite scene in this is when they just go off on the governor of the ship. It's a hell of a lot of fun. Yeun as well is great as the friend of Mickey in this. Well, I say friend loosely, this is very much a friend that uses their friend. The cast in this is so much fun. That being said though, the dark comedy aspect of this, it can get quite muddled at times, like it does feel a bit chaotic on occasion. And there are a couple of characters in this that the film kind of forgets about, and a lot of loose ends get told through exposition scenes. And whilst I do like the voiceover moments with the comedy that allows Robert Pattinson to really build the world and the idea and the concepts behind it and giving us some background on things like human printing, it does feel like the film is spoon feeding us a lot of information because we would not get it otherwise. The best way to try to do it is by having flashbacks with narration over it, and that's fine 1 or 2 times, but I think this happens a good 3 times in this. I felt that's 1 time too many. There's also a character in this, as I mentioned, that is forgotten about as a character that could have been really interesting. Their role is someone that loses someone that isn't an expendable, and they have this thing for Mickey, and they sort of form a bond. You think they're going to have a bit more of a role to play, But as soon as their character starts getting a bit more interesting, there's a bit more depth and a bit more conflict added into the film, that character practically disappears from the film for the majority of the second half. And that for me felt like a missed opportunity. There's no conflict with this character, there's no resolution. It's very much they have a discussion, they do something, they never see it again until the very end of the film. And that for me felt like a big missed opportunity to have another character in there. I suppose they couldn't find room for them in what was to take place in that second half. But for me, I feel like don't give that character a hint of layers and depth without intending to really expand upon it. That for me was a big missed opportunity. I did love the comedy of the deaths, though I will say you don't really get to see much of the Mickey stuff. Like, one of the big concepts of this is that he dies over and over again. And a lot of it is done in quick montages and flashbacks. We are very much with Mickey 17 the entire way through the film. Having to be told about him constantly changing personality per print is something that I would like to see a bit more of. But again, even with a 2 hour and 20-minute film, it felt like they were trying to pack in a lot into this movie and they couldn't fit everything into this. Like, this could have easily been a 4-hour film with the amount of information that is presented. So I won't mark the film too harshly for that, but it does feel like Mickey 17 had so much potential to be a masterpiece, but the performances, the commentary, the dark comedy, all of that stuff is what really makes this film a very enjoyable watch. And I just wish I felt a bit more attachment to certain characters. I will say as well, I really liked the native creatures they bump into on this planet. I like the dynamic established. I love the way people get so tunnel visioned onto their perception of something that's different that they can't see the obvious right in front of them. That is a nice little theme thrown in there as well. But I digress. Mickey 17 for me is a fun watch, but it does feel like it could have had a little bit more to it. Before I get into my grade, if you like what you're seeing on the channel, click the like button and subscribe for more video reviews. That's coming all the time. But without further ado, let's grade this one. Mickey 17 is a long-awaited film that has lived up to a lot of the hype, but not quite all of it. It is very hard to follow up a film like Parasite, especially with the shock of it winning Best Picture and just how huge that win was for the film industry going forward. I feel like Robert Patinson does a great job in this. In fact, the whole cast does a great job. Like, I could watch Mark Ruffalo play his egomaniac characters forever, but it does feel like because some characters kind of get dropped or forgotten about or an afterthought, and a lot of information is fed to us in these exploratory sequences that become a bit too numerous. That's what really holds it back for me. When it comes to the two Mickeys bouncing off each other and the social commentary, it is great, but it just feels like Mickey 17 fell just short of hitting its true potential. So I'm going to have to say that for me, Mickey 17 is a tea that needs more sugar. So Mickey 17, have you seen it? If you haven't, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Let me know what was your favorite element of Mickey 17. Do let me know. And coming up on the channel, we'll be reviewing Marching Powder. And, well, it will depend on what I'm able to do over the next couple of weeks. But we are fully back into reviews now. Oscar season is behind us. And I can't wait to finally dive into more video essays again, to be honest. But until next time, everybody, I am Josh. I have been Movie Apprentice. I'll see you all in the next video.